I've been selling homes in Milwaukee for a while now, and I've realized something. Every suburb in the city is a dog breed. Same energy, same personality, same type of owner. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Brookfield is a golden retriever. Friendly, reliable, great with kids. Everybody's parents love it. You already know what you're getting with Brookfield before you ever set foot there. Strong schools, solid values, good restaurants, easy access to everything. It is exactly what it promises to be every single time. Brookfield is kind of like the John Mellencamp of suburbs. It's not flashy, but totally reliable, and it's been great for a really long time. Is it the most exciting suburb on this list? No. But here's the thing about golden retrievers. They're not popular by accident. In full disclosure, I live in Brookfield. I own a French Bulldog named Ziggy. Make of that what you will. And speaking of French Bulldogs, that leads me to Wauwatosa. Adorable, trendy, and the moment you fall in love with one, you find out what it actually costs. The village is walkable, the food scene is great, the homes have character, and right now the demand is high enough that buyers are waiving contingencies, going over asking, and making decisions faster than they're comfortable with. Wauwatosa is genuinely a great suburb. Nobody is arguing that. Just go in with your eyes open because this one will find the ceiling of your budget faster than most suburbs on this list. Now, when I think about Bayview, I think of Bayview as a rescue mutt with a sleeve tattoo and a strong opinion about coffee. Bayview has its own identity, its own crowd, and zero interest in what anyone else thinks about it. Locally owned everything, Lake Michigan right there, a neighborhood that feels nothing like the suburbs, because it isn't one. It's not for everyone, and Bayview is completely fine with that. Now popping up north to Mequon, we've got the Afghan Hound. Stunning, elegant, and requires a budget to match. Large lots, beautiful homes, top-tier schools, and the kind of quiet that only comes when you're not worried about what things cost. This is not a first-time home buyer market. This is a we know exactly what we want and we've earned it market. Mequon reminds me of Rory McIlroy. Effortlessly elegant, performs at the highest level, and exists in a tax bracket most of us are just visiting. Afghan Hounds aren't for everyone, neither is Mequon. But if it's your breed, you already knew it. Now west of Milwaukee and West Allis is the Pitbull. And I know what you're thinking, so hear me out. Pitbulls have a reputation that has almost nothing to do with who they actually are. Loyal, hardworking, genuinely great, and massively underestimated by people who've never given them a real chance. West Allis is the Rodney Dangerfield of suburbs. Gets no respect, absolutely deserves some. And the buyers doing their homework instead of reacting to the name are finding real value here right now. Pitbull owners will tell you the same thing every time. I don't know what everyone's talking about. Mine is the best. Now Glendale is like a Bernese mountain dog. Beautiful, outdoorsy, great personality, and somehow still flying under the radar. 4 miles from downtown, the Milwaukee River runs through it. It's a half a mile from Lake Michigan, and it's still trading at a price point that doesn't reflect any of that, at least not yet. I did a full video on Glendale last week because it kept passing every test I gave it. That one's linked in the description. Feel free to watch it after this. Now, Pewaukee is like a lab that lives on a boat. Yes, that is specific, but it's also very correct. Pewaukee Lake is the whole personality. Boating, waterfront dining, summer weekends that feel like a vacation you didn't have to plan. Add newer construction, strong schools, and easy access to the metro. And Pewaukee makes a case that's hard to argue with. The people who figured out Pewaukee Lake are not losing any sleep over that decision. And to wrap up the list, over in Greenfield, we've got the Beagle. Steady, dependable, and almost always overlooked because it's standing next to flashier breeds. Greenfield is like the Ringo Starr of suburbs. Everybody forgets about Ringo. Ringo was excellent. Solid schools, reasonable taxes, good highway access, and an entry point that still works for first-time buyers, while everyone else is fighting over the French Bulldogs. The buyers finding Greenfield right now are getting real value, quietly, without a bidding war. That's the Beagle move. There you have it. 8 suburbs, 8 breeds. I stand by all of them. If your suburb didn't make the list, drop it in the comments. Tell me what breed you think it is. I'm genuinely curious. And if enough of you weigh in, part 2 writes itself. And if any of these caught your attention and you want to know what your budget actually gets you there, my info is in the description. As always, thank you for watching. And remember, whatever move you make next, make sure it's a smart one. See you next week.